good team win. Gets a division team on the road, or at home, should I say. Home crowd was awesome, but we got to give them a reason to be awesome too. So another good game by a rookie quarterback, but another good game from everybody around him, and that's what we needed. You know, it's not about one guy; it's about a team. 2 turnovers on defense, very good third down execution on offense. Ran the ball well, finished the game. You know, it's good to have a young leader like Dart.
Dave, you have not had, obviously, much success against the Eagles for a while around here. How good did that feel? Division win, all that kind of thing?
Yeah, winning feels good. So, there were a lot of coaches sleeping in their offices this week, and I appreciate about those guys. You know, they put a lot into it like they do every week. The players put a lot into it. We had a lot of walkthroughs. I'm just happy for those guys that put so much into it to try to get the outcome we all desire. Played clean football. It's a good football team that we just played. So get a little bit of a couple days off, rest our guys. Hopefully we'll get them back. We'll be back on Monday. Get ready for our next opponent.
You mentioned,
does Skattebo give you more than the yards he gets? Is there some kind of an energy that is infectious with these guys when he's hard to bring down like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a good teammate. He plays with high amount of, say, energy, toughness. Certainly people can feed off that. So.
What did you like best about Dart tonight?
I don't know, I've liked everything about Dart since we've got him. So, again, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. You know, it's going to be drop a ball, whatever it may be. But got toughness. He sees the field well. Got athleticism, vision, leadership. You know. But it's 3 games in. You know, 2-1 as a starting quarterback. But a lot to work on. So, and he'll be the first to tell you that. But he's a leader.
Dave, the emotion.
Huh?
How does he lead? Like when you say good to have a young leader like Dart, like
How he leads by his play, he leads by his words, he leads by his emotion, he leads by his loose plays. Glad he's my quarterback, our quarterback. And again, he's a rookie, so as one of my mentors once said, let's not, give him a gold jacket right now, Coach Parcells. But he's a good young player to work with.
How much difference does his legs make everything? How much difference does his legs make with everything?
Yeah, it helps.
In the pocket, he just obviously has an uncanny ability to kind of feel the rush around him. Is that just a God-given thing? I mean, most guys don't have that, and how impressive.
He keeps his eyes downfield. He's got awareness in the pocket. He had it at Ole Miss, at least what I watched of it. So, again, each week will get tougher. I think you asked that question the other day as you put more tape. But let's give credit to the other guys too, as he would. Offensive line, I don't know, we must have rushed for what, 200 yards? Dan?
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Close to it. I don't know. Third down was 11 of 16, I think.
Yeah.
Red zone, what was that? Jordan, you got it? 3 of 3.
Right.
There you go. So when you play good situational football, you don't turn it over. We didn't have any turnovers, right? Hell of a lot better than 5 last week. And then you create turnovers. What a play by Flott, down there to get it. And we talked about it last week. He's going back to down south. I said he owed me one because he was going to get one down there. And what a big play and a big moment. Again, I love these guys. They grind. It's not always been easy. It won't be easy. We'll go back to work on Monday. Coaches will go back on work tomorrow. I'm sure they're not happy about that, but it's a good win.
Ryan, do you feel validated
issues
in your decision to go? You put it on your shoulders. You said, this is my call. I'm starting him. I want to start with him. Do you feel validated in doing that?
Yeah, I don't think like that, Connor. I'm just happy for the coaches, the players. you know, when you get a win. So 2-1 in the last 3. Got a tough team coming. We're going there, right? Yeah. I mean, short week. I'm just happy for our players and our coaches.
Dave's
They put a lot into it, and you know, win some, lose some. We lose some, it sucks. So I feel good for those guys.
Dave, you obviously had issues the receiver situation's been.
Yeah. What about LJ, huh?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
What would you see in him today?
Big guy stats.
4 catches.
4 for 55.
58.
Yeah, how about that one down double move on the sideline? You know, Hyatt caused the DPI. That was huge for us down there to get it to the 1. Caught a couple quick ones, but, you know, down, you know, I'd say that's another thing, that just the next guy stepping up. We have someone that was on the practice squad. We got Jalen Hyatt out there who hasn't played a lot for us. You know, you're down Neighbors, you're down Slayton. No excuses, just go to work. And even on a short week, you know, that was somebody that I know Jaxson had a lot of confidence in throwing to him from the preseason. You know, he had a lot of reps with him. So, you know, we talked about that, you know, and I felt comfortable with it. And he did a good job.
Dave,
Coach,
with Skattebo, obviously last week he had the fumble. You know, maybe under different circumstances, you sit him, you put somebody else in, maybe you lose faith in a rookie. What does it say about your confidence in him and his team's confidence in him to not only put him out there tonight, but to just keep giving it to him and giving it to him?
Yeah, I'd say I'm confident in all of our players. That's why they're here. It certainly hasn't always been perfect for anybody, but I have confidence in our guys. We go through some tough times. Sometimes you can get stronger from it, or sometimes you can fold. I like our guys. But we got a lot of work to do. You know, we are where we're at. We got to keep battling. It's still early in the season. But these young players, I have a lot of confidence in these young players, these rookies. They got the right mindset. They're tough.
Coach.
And I don't know what the personal foul he got, but we'll talk about that, you know, on Monday at the end of the game. So,
Coach.
Yeah.
Coach, in the 3 starts that Dart has had,
Yeah.
you guys have scored touchdowns on those
Every
opening
possession,
drives.
yeah.
What's different team-wise versus previous to that when it was hard to get that opening drive for the team?
We're executing well. He's made plays with his legs. He's made plays with his arms. We've run the ball. We've executed. I think you know, when you have a guy that can make loose plays, you know, everything doesn't have to be perfect. That's a benefit. I've had guys like that before. And this guy is a good guy to have. All but young and going to go through some growing pains. But I have a tremendous amount of confidence in Jaxson Dart.
When he went into Dave, when he went into the medical tent.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to try to score on your opening drive. We have scored on our, 2 opening drives? Or two in a row? 3 in a row?
3 in a row.
Yes, last week it was 2 in a row. So that shit, sorry. You got to play the whole game. So.
Dave, when he went into the medical tent, when Jaxson went into the medical tent, TV cameras, was on your sideline,
Yeah.
you wanting to go in, find out what's going on. Skattebo, I think at one point tried sneaking in there, trying to find out what was going on. Could you just describe the emotions in that moment? I'm sure you're, what's going on.
I mean, look, if you've ever been on an NFL sideline, there's a lot of emotions. I know I was asked about gloves the other day. There's a lot of emotions. And I certainly am an emotional guy. I apologized directly to our team physician. I just wanted his ass out there if he was okay, but I wanted the process, like we were getting ready to go for it on potential 4th down. I would have burned a timeout if he could have came out there. So I was asking, how long is it going to take? So again, you want your guy out there, not at risk of anything else, but he came out and I think he's going to be good. I'm like, is he going to be good or not? I'm going to call timeout on 4th down and go for this son of a bitch. But you know what I mean? So I love our doctors. Pat, I'm sure you're going to ask me about that, so I'll just give you the answer. I apologize. I was in the wrong. But he's all right. He gave me a hug.
We'll take 2
Dave,
more.
speaking of emotion,
Yeah.
you look pretty animated when and Philly ran those two back-to-back Philly push plays. Did you see something maybe they were doing that wasn't called, or something you trying to point out to the refs?
Yeah, they scored on it, so we got to do a better job of it.
The defensive
Ryan, what did you
effort
think of your
against
defense
Saquon. Yeah, what did you
the
think
second half?
against Saquon and Hurts? You guys really did a great job defensively.
Yeah, I try to say this. Look, they played well defensively. But you got to play team football. In order to play better defense, you got to play good offensive football too. You get them in certain spots, so you can do different things. Most games are going to be tight. You know, you get these guys in a few weeks. This is a hell of a football team. They're well coached with a lot of good players. And I'll tell you that. Nick's done an unbelievable job there. They got a lot of Vic. You know, they have a lot of good players. And they have a lot of good coaches on their roster, and we're playing them in a few weeks. So, all due respect, they've been one of the leaders in the NFL here the last few years. So, and that's a credit to Coach Sirianni, who I have a good relationship with. But it's good to get a win at home. So it's 2 in a row at home, which we need to play well at home, to get a home field advantage, to give our fans something to be excited about. And hopefully we did that for them.
What did you
Last
make
one.
defensively there? You shut them out in the second half. And also, what did you think of where did the called on all-out blitz? We sent 7 on the interception to Flower.
Yeah, be aggressive. I told Shane, be aggressive. Don't hold anything in your holster. Go after them. But I thought he did a good job of mixing things up and disguising some stuff. Again, that's a good football team. You know, that's a damn good football team. They're going to make plays.
Coach, you know how much this game means to the fans. Was there any extra motivation speech to the players to speak about the enormity of trying to get over the hump and beating the Eagles team?
Well, it's a short week, so you know, you have, I would say, for my meetings, they're quick and to the point, and I'll show some tape. But I want to give the coaches an opportunity to go ahead and meet with their position and coordinator to make sure we got in. So, look, our goal is to win when we go out there, and our goal is to perform well at home. You know, perform well on the road too, but perform well at home for these people that come and, you know, stick with us. Give them something to be excited about. You know, we got work to do. But it's good to have this young leader.
Dave,